Most people don't know that officers pay for their food on an aircraft carrier. But here is why. Officers pay for their food on an aircraft carrier due to a long-standing tradition in the U.S. Navy that reflects both financial and organizational practices. Here's a breakdown of why this happens. Separate dining facilities and standards. Officers and enlisted personnel typically have separate dining facilities, known as the wardroom for officers and the mess hall for enlisted sailors. Officers often pay for their meals to offset the costs of maintaining a separate, sometimes higher standard dining area, which includes special amenities and menu options. Allowance System. Military personnel receive a basic allowance for subsistence, BAS, intended to cover the cost of food. Since officers are paid BAS, they use part of this allowance to pay for their meals while on board. Enlisted sailors, however, generally have their meals covered while on duty, so they do not directly pay out of pocket. Tradition of self-sufficiency. Historically, officers were expected to be self-sufficient, covering their own living expenses as part of their role, including their meals. This tradition persists as a cultural norm, reinforcing officers' responsibility and status. Budgeting and resource allocation. By paying for their meals, officers contribute to the funding for food, which helps maintain resources and offset some operational costs of running the wardroom. This system allows the Navy to manage resources on the ship more effectively while preserving traditions that define the unique structure and culture within the ranks.